Hey Beauty Chameleons, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a mini review of the Urban Decay Love NYC palette. So if you guys have gotten your hands on it or you haven't and you wanted to see the details of this palette, stay tuned and keep on watching. Okay, so if you're still watching, you are just as curious as I was when this Book of Shadows was announced on Twitter. Now, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you really should, because I follow Urban Decay on Twitter as well, and I believe their Twitter name is Urban Decay 411. And I like to follow them because they always give you news as far as what's going to be coming out, when it's going to be coming out, and how you can get your hands on it before it's in Sephora and Ulta. Well, I remember back on Labor Day weekend, Urban Decay tweeted that they're going to be selling the palettes on Labor Day. And so I believe that was September 7th came, and all of a sudden they tweeted, I believe it was 12 noon in Central Standard Time, which that's where I'm at in Texas, but they tweeted it, and so I jumped on it really quick because I wanted to get my hands on this palette because, you know, I have the Book of Shadows 1, 2, and I love those, and I really love the way this palette is. I'm kind of a collector when it comes to Urban Decay palettes because they're cute. And so I hurried and got to urbandecay.com really quick and got the confirmation I got the palette, and then after doing that purchase, went back to Twitter and found out that Urban Decay sold out these palettes here within 10 minutes. Isn't that crazy, you guys? Sometimes it just makes me wonder, do they sell out those palettes on purpose just to create some hype about getting the palette, and you gotta own the palette because this is the best, and if you don't get your hands on it, yeah. And so, or do they truly make these palettes and they're that wonderful and they run out that fast? You know, you tell me, what do you think? But I got the palette, and I tell you, when I got the palette in the mail, it was shipped to me fairly quickly. I was very impressed. They shipped it very fast. It came with some samples of their Stardust Shadow and another item that I don't even remember where it's at, but the palette came in. Now you're probably wondering, well, what it is and what it is, but what is it and what's all inside? Well, the palette looks like this again. It's black and it's pretty thick compared to the other Book of Shadows, but it's really pretty graphic. You know, Urban Decay loves NYC, so the palette is kind of influenced by New York City. And when you open it up, I thought this was cute because none of the palettes did this before, but it lights up. You see that lighting? I thought that was really cute, and it has a cityscape of New York City inside the palette, so I thought that was really pretty. And then when you close up the palette and open up all the goodies inside, now as far as I noticed, comparing to the other Book of Shadows, they have 16 shades and about 9 of them are new. So the only repeats in this palette will be like Perversion. I've seen that in there. They are usually always in all 3 palettes because it's a great color to add shading, like I have in this eye, in the corners of the eyes or line or what have you. Uzi, I've seen it in a Sustainable palette. And Midnight Cowboy, definitely I've seen that in the palette before. Last Call is a repeat. Wowie Maui is a repeat because that's also in, I believe, their Ammo palette. And then there's also Smog. So those are existing colors that already carry, and pretty much the rest of them are pretty new. So I thought that was a nice balance of new versus them coming out with a palette. You guys remember Alice in Wonderland, don't you? When Alice in Wonderland came out, all the colors were repeats. They were just renamed for the movie. So I thought, I didn't buy that palette because I thought that one truly was legit for me because I didn't want to have the same shadows again. So this one was definitely worth that purchase. Now as far as the color, the pigmentation of shadows, you guys, if you haven't went out to Sephora or Ulta, try out Urban Decay, their palettes or their shadows are very pigmented. I'm just going to swatch a few, and if you want to see more swatches, I'll have those posted on my blog, which will be in the info box below, directing to beautychameleon.com. And there I did a full review video, and I also have swatches of the colors in this palette. But this is Radium, you guys. Beautiful. Last Call. And then let me swatch a color I have on my lid, one of the few colors, but that is also called Kush. But all the colors are very pigmented and intense, and for the price you pay for the palette, which is $54, I think it's well worth it because one shadow sells for about $17, and so you're getting 16. Definitely a great deal for that. Now the pencils in here are their 20% glides, which are their popular waterproof eyeliners that all go on like a gel, but once it's set, they stay in place. I've already swatched my hand, but you get on top it's Ransom, and the bottom is their Zero, which is black. and perfect liners to use alone. You can use them as a base on the lid to help intensify some of the colors in the palette. Or again, like I said, you can wear it alone, but their liners love their liners. And of course it comes with this teeny tiny travel size. I call it my travel size primer potion, but all of that comes in the palette. So overall, I like this palette. I can't wait to play and create some more looks. Now, my opinion as far as is it worth purchasing this palette? Now, for those that you already have like Book Shadows 1, 2, and you have the Alice in Wonderland palette as well, if you're just dying to have a few more shades and you love collecting the palette, definitely go for it. It's definitely worth the purchase. For those of you that have never experienced Book of Shadows 1, 2, and the Alice in Wonderland, definitely go out and get it. It's great to have a Book of Shadows, something you can travel with, like the Naked palette. I like this palette because for the holidays, a lot of people are looking for color. They're also looking for a balance of neutral colors. So if they're traveling, they have some neutral colors in this palette. Like you see, if you're traveling, there are some neutral colors you can play up while you're traveling, but if you're going out and you want to create a party eye, this palette is also great because there's some fun pops of colors to have a nice going out look. So it's very well balanced for those of you that are traveling. So definitely get it. For a gift, it makes a wonderful gift to an Urban Decay collector or somebody new to Urban Decay. Definitely will share it with my girlfriend. I'm sure you share it with your friends too. But overall, if you kind of OD'd and own a lot of Urban Decay shadows that are similar to it, you may want to pass. I mean, that's up to you, and you have to go try it out. But right now, as far as I know, this palette is available in Sephora stores now. I believe it's in Ulta. You also can get them online if you don't live close to those stores. And if you're not too sure where online, I will have links posted in my blog that can direct you to those websites so that you can go check it out for yourself. But this one is definitely very popular on Facebook, Twitter. People talk about it, and I love it. For $54, it's definitely fun, and you will not go wrong with Urban Decay. But anyway, I just have a couple questions for you. If any of you guys out there already purchased this palette, I would love to know your opinion on it. Leave some comments below and let me know what you like about it or dislike about it. If you make videos, I would love to see a video response of your beautiful faces just telling me what you love about the palette. Or if you create videos, I would love to see video responses of videos. I mean, what looks do you do, or what looks do you create to rock it during your day-to-day or just going out? I love to see looks. And post your video response here. But anyway, if you can tell, I have some color on, and there should be a tutorial coming up with this look using Kush, Loaded, Perversion, Anna, a few other things. So stay tuned for that. And trying to think what else, and then stay tuned for more. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little short review of this palette. Go check it out at your local Sephora or go online to get your hands on it before it's sold out, because this is limited edition. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of this palette, and again, stay tuned. There's going to be a few more looks coming up with this review, or this palette, that we can have fun with and recreate. But you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.